trip number 2 of the quest for big pike. I'm up in the Belgrade Lakes region of Maine again. This is the first fish of the day. He's a giant by New England standards anyway. This is a big fish. I'm going to get the tape on him, get some photos, weigh him, get him back in the water as quick as I can.
What you want? Come on.
The weather has been absolutely miserable this morning. This is the first time of the entire morning that it hasn't been a complete downpour. And once again, the weather report said about 5 to 8 mile-an-hour winds, and you're looking at 15 to 20. In a valley here, and the wind just cranks down the lake and right down into down this river. It's just unbelievable. But I'm gonna get in here, and I'm in a little cove right now. I'm trying to get a little break from the wind, and before I head back up into the area where I got that 11 pounder this morning. That fish I caught, first fish of the morning, was 11 pounds. That's pretty happy with that. I got a couple smaller fish, lost a couple fish, and I'm just getting a little break from the wind. Like I said, I'm gonna have a cup of coffee and just kind of regroup a little bit, see if I can't make the best of this weather that I've got going on here. Getting into the heat of the summer now, so these fish are down deep. And what I've been doing is using the sonar phone to locate steep breaks, particularly along weed lines, and those fish seem to be laying in the deepest part of that break, the bottom of that break line, the bottom of that, right on the edge of that weed line, and they're just laying there. It doesn't, you know, when the jig comes by it, they eat it, but I haven't seen any swirling or any active feeding. And I'm just rigging the Whisperer like I normally do, on a 3/0 Texposer hook, and I'm just letting it sink and then give it a couple of twitches, and let it sink and give a couple of twitches. And I found that I'm getting the most action when I cast up current and let it drift towards me and twitch it towards me with the current. When I'm twitching it, retrieve it against the current, I'm not getting any action. So I haven't had any hits that way, so that's what I've been doing, sticking with what works. I'm hoping to get a couple more fish. I'm really hoping one of them is going to be that 15 pounder or bigger. 2 11 pounders so far in this area, the last 2 trips. Those are respectable, you know, pretty heavy fish, and I'm pretty happy with that. But I still want that 15+ pounder. I know they're in here. It's just a matter of getting to them, and it may mean coming back in the fall when the water starts to cool down and these fish come up out of this deep water and move shallow and feed more aggressively. We'll see what I can do while I'm here. Maybe I'll get that 15 pounder after all. So as I approach these setbacks, I'm doing my best with the wind to keep myself in front of them and just fan cast across the front of the setback. He hit hard. northern. What did he hit hard? He inhaled that whisperer too. Bad fish. Guy. Will do. They're fun. Thanks for watching this episode of Timor Outdoors. I really appreciate all the support. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go ahead and do that. We can use all the support we can get. We want to try to build this thing up and get it up off the ground. If you're looking to get out after midsummer pike, one thing to remember is that they like cold water, and this time of year they're going to find that cold water down deep. So if you're used to fishing flats and setbacks on rivers for pike, those are only going to be a good bet first thing in the morning and late in the evening. The rest of the day and most other times you're going to find those pike down in the bottom in the deep water where it's cool and dark, and typically they're going to be down in the weeds. So if you can find any prominent weed edges that lead into deep water, those are going to be great places to focus on. Pike are going to be hanging down in there. They're going to be waiting to ambush prey that swims by, and they'll be staying cool and conserving energy. So like today I was using the whisperer. I had it rigged weedless, and I was just casting parallel to the shore and skipping that lure back across the top of the weeds that were down there. I was probably 4 or 5 feet down, and I could feel with the sensitivity of the braided line, I could feel that lure skipping across the top of the weed tops. I had it rigged weedless, fished it this way all day, and every time that hit the top of those weeds down there, I could feel it. The sensitivity of that rod with the braid is just phenomenal. But get that lure, cast it parallel to shore, and retrieve it back, whatever it is, whether it's a crankbait or a whisperer or some other soft plastic or crankbait, whatever you like to throw for northern pike, and get it down there where the fish are, and hopefully you'll have some good luck.